Let's get started.
The truth that sets you free may also tear your life apart.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the find of the century.
Gotta get this timing down. Shit. Damn it, people. Hello. Can y'all hear me now? Is that good? Hey, what's happening? Hey now. Okay, yeah. Zero. What's happening, Zero? Let me see who all is up in giraffe balls right now. Uh and welcome. I'm going uh IG. I'm doing IG while I'm talking to y'all. I'm on YouTube with Giraffe Balls, which is the show where I get high as giraffe balls and talk to y'all about whatever. And today's subject is when they arrested Trump, what did they arrest in you? I'm on uh, IG with this two youngsters that's on YouTube, family that's on YouTube. It's a whole big family on YouTube, IG people. I'm trying to cross pollinate. There's probably a better way. And if any of y'all know it, let me know. But I'm on YouTube right now. Y'all hear me good? Yeah, they can hear me good. Let me turn myself up so I can hear myself. Yeah. Uh, uh, and so, yeah, we're going to get high and talk about it. Okay. So, whatever you got there in front of you. What's up, James? I see you. I see you hitting me on IG. Let me see who's in the room with me. Christopher Perkins, Frank White, Zero, of course, my man, Wreak Havoc, YouTube subscriber, Pappy Friedman, Onion, Dice, all y'all. Yeah. Okay. This view is better than YouTube, Yogi said. Well, I don't know. You know what? I go to YouTube, but what up, Jan? I'm gonna get to the dollar. I'm gonna get to you to the dollar, James. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, this is a good look here. I like it here. What I'm trying to do is and yeah, YouTube subscriber. I tell you why I yeah, the car is still up. I could always do that. Oh, you are not cooperating. You're not cooperating. Okay, well, get the hints. Okay. There. I'm bigger there, but I was told it looks funky on YouTube. That's hilarious. I was joking about the aluminum foil router last night. Well, I'm glad you said something because I was about to shock the smooth fuck out of myself. I was thinking about it, but I didn't look it up. Oh shit. Hey Kills. But yeah, I'm on Instagram as well. Get your shit together and we gonna smoke and pull off into the water. Oh shit. On IG. You know what? I gotta figure this out. A young Jedi under me because he came up under my best friend in this game. I talk to him all the time. I miss his bald head ass to this day. James Hanna, my main man. Dave Anderson, CEO of the Business Bully. Move the camera higher. You know, I just noticed that the phone is in this shot, is in that shot there. So now I got to start playing because I think I'm gonna have IG and this shit going. I'm gonna figure it out, y'all. And I'm down with any suggestions. Yeah, the phone gonna be in the shot today. Phone gonna be in the shot. Because the phone, this is who I'm talking to. But see, if you go on YouTube, you can see the back of my phone actually in the shot. Because my shit is ghetto for right now. But my message is clear. Yeah, we're gonna get into it today. Let me know what you're smoking. Let me know what your thing is today. For me, 55th Jack Herrera and Mullen. That's what I'm getting down with. Some for my lungs, some for my mind. So, at the end of my Mullen, need to make me a Wild Terror run. Shout out to Wild Terror, who I'm getting my Mullen from right now. It's a great store here in Los Angeles. Need to take your monkey ass over there if you're out here. It's good for you. We are on YouTube, yes, Will, and on what the hell? Who the hell done come in here? Oh, it's about to be hell up in Harlem. I got nugs missing. I mean, smooth, empty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, black people. My nugs done fell out. They done fell. They done fell. I just had the nugs. This is not the business right here. This is not the business. Okay, Ghost don't smoke weed and ain't been no niggas in my studio. Where's my shit? This is some bullshit here. Oh yeah, we about to find what the fuck done happened to my shit now. Look here. Somebody call the damn president. This is some shit. Pretty white Jesus, where's my weed? That's not real talk. This jar had weed in it. And now it don't. I cannot be that high. I'm not that high. I am not that high. But my weed is missing. Okay. I'm going to get by on this. And then it's going to be a fucking manhunt in this bitch. Because my wife don't touch the stuff. And her, okay. Tanya don't really smoke weed like that. These motherfuckers have been in here in my shit. Okay, I'm back. This is some bullshit. That's some good weed, maybe. Okay. Okay, first, sir. I'll have no backsash from you, Rashad Coles. All right. Hey, Ash. Hey. I'll have no. I know, right? You think it's Blakey? No, it's not Blakey. It's not Blakey. Oh my God. Thinking you have weed and you don't is one of the worst things. It's horrible, bro. No, Rush, I didn't. I'm telling you. I just bought an eighth the other day to hold me over because I didn't know when I was going to see my dude, which is tomorrow. I'm going to see my dude. And if you hang out, Rush, you are welcome to come in a little later when I open the doors of this piece. But here, let me do that. Then let me do this. I hate how this drag. Usually drags when it first starts, and I hate it. All of the stuff on here does. Okay, now get what you're getting. Smoke it if you got it. Off we go. I can go with that one. Now, somebody asked me, whose jacket? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. But I'm gonna need some postgraduate school because I'm watching shit and my mixes ain't coming out. How to go? Oh, what's today's topic? When they arrested Trump, what did they arrest in you? Also, part of today's topic is whatever you want to talk about. Throw me some shit up there you think I should be talking about. And did you forget you smoked them? No, I did not. I'm gonna tap in on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Somebody was talking about my jacket. All right. Anyway, this jacket is from the Pasadena Rose Bowl swap meet. It's like the dopest people in on the West Coast because it's people come from Seattle to come down and vend. The dopest people on the West Coast say, you know what? Let's clean out our closets and our houses. It'd be some fly dope ass shit in there. And the PCC swap meet is the shit too. I got this maybe 3 years ago for, I don't know, $50. I love this goddamn thing. Anyway, let's get on into it. We done lollygagged enough. But yeah. Let me see. Let's get in on it with President Trump. Do not deceive yourself. People, especially black people, give me a lot of grief about the fact that I openly say and that I'm proud of the fact. Sloss and swap meet is dope. Sloss and swap meet is absolutely dope. It is not better. It's just dope different. I guarantee that, and I could tell you why. Once I pick up my damn I have got I am a believer Republican and Democrat are no sound. How about now? Let me see. A, B, C, D. No sound for real? Okay, I'm good. Okay. I happen to believe that Republican and Democrat are terms that white people use to describe each other and the fools amongst us who believe that shit has anything to do with us. What up, Jason King? My grandfather used to pour brass. Gusto, they have nothing to do with us. I think that Republican and Democrat are the left and right wings of the same filthy bird. I know that as a black person, your right to vote is still voted on. I know that gays have laws on the books for gays specifically. Special needs people have laws on the books for special needs people specifically. Mexicans have laws on the books for Mexicans specifically. The so-called Native American has laws on the books for the so-called Native American specifically. The Eskimo has laws on the books for Eskimos specifically. The Hawaiian has laws on the books for the Hawaiian specifically. The people upon whose backs the very foundation of the financial system of the world has propped itself up on have no laws on the books that are humane for blacks specifically. Now, counting all those laws for all those people, the cherry on the top of that is that the black man does not have any laws that a white man is bound by law to respect. Let that hit you. I don't know about heavy, Pappy. I just see 7. Oh shit, there comes some fear. Ladies and gentlemen, kick this one here for me and my DJ Severe. Join us on what do you call it? Instagram. None that are now let's put everybody in that pot that I had said had laws on the books. There is not one law written by any of those subcategories that a white man has to respect. Not one. So when I see comments like this one, up one top shelf, he wasn't even arrested. The dude did a lawful walk-in and smoothly left out, plus got VIP access. I understand. Understand the temptation to state the obvious. Top shelf, but here's my problem with it. It is not out of line with the rich get sentenced and the poor get serviced. I mean, the rich get serviced and the poor get sentenced. It's not out of line with that. Why bring it up? That's what I say. Why bring it up? This system was made for him. He's just using all the rules that were made for him out in the open. This white man has done a hell of a thing on this earth. And the part of it all that turns my stomach most is the listening to, the witnessing of black people having a dog in this fight. Like either way, like Pickaninny sitting on the back porch watching a fight between a massa that owned one field of property and a massa that owned the other one. You're a fool if you pick sides. That's exactly the same way I feel about politics in this country. We trying to decide which one of these masters is going to lead us in slavery. Why do you give a fuck? There is nothing on the books for you. Nothing. There's not a goddamn... For blacks specifically, it's always we'll look into it. We are owed reparations. It is my prediction they're going to give it to us just in time for this dollar to crash, which has been my prediction for about 10 years or so. Which is why I have been saying, and I keep saying, I don't want reparations in that fucking fiat currency. Give me gold, silver, or land. I still say the same thing. My man Severe says becoming so evidently apparent right in our faces because it's too late to do anything about it, Severe. Cats like me and you are already doing it. You had the balls to live in your purpose, bro. You doing what you supposed to be doing. You keep doing that, you're going to be all right. Those of us who work in our purpose going to be all right. We going to make it. You outside your purpose, God bless you. And that's what's going down right now. Here, I'll read it for those of you who are on Instagram, and I will bring it up so that you can see it if you are on YouTube. My biggest problem with Donald Trump. And it is not that he sleeps with prostitutes. Come on. It is not his racist policies toward people of color. He's a 70-plus-year-old filthy rich white man. Come on. It is not his horrendous business practices as a businessman, giving you half of the money he's supposed to give you to do a job. He's supposed to give you the other half at the end of it, and that's the half he stiff you on. That's a business model of his. It's not Trump Airlines or Trump Steaks or Trump anything else that failed. It's not any of that. My problem with Donald Trump is the Central Park Five. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but Donald Trump basically wished death upon some innocent young black boys, and that's not the worst of it. Check this out. Exonerated Central Park 5 member Yusef Salaam responds to Trump charges with full page ad. How's my music? It's not too loud, is it? Yusef Salaam, one of the 5 men exonerated in the Central Park 5 case, has taken out a full-page ad in the New York Times against former President Donald Trump more than 30 years after Trump called for the teen's execution in a series of ads. Leading with a bold headline, "Bring Back Justice and Fairness, Build a Brighter Future for Harlem," Salaam, who is running to represent Central Harlem on the New York City Council, tweeted to his response Tuesday evening to Trump's historic indictment on 34 counts and arraignment. After several decades in an unfortunate and disastrous presidency, we all know exactly who Donald J. Trump is. A man who seeks to deny justice and fairness for others while claiming only innocence for himself. Trump, the first former president in history to face criminal charges, pled not guilty to 34 criminal charges of falsifying business records at an appearance in Manhattan criminal court on Tuesday. New York County District Attorney Alvin Bragg's team of prosecutors upgraded what would be typically classed as misdemeanors to Class E felonies on the grounds that the documents were intended to hide state and federal election law crimes and possibly to evade state tax law. On April 30th, 1989, Trump, then a brash and influential real estate mogul, took out a reported $85,000 worth of ads in 4 New York newspapers with the headline, "Bring Back the Death Penalty, Bring Back Our Police," regarding the Central Park 5. I can't watch. I tried to watch some of the mini-series about these brothers, and shout out to Brother Kevin Richardson, Brother Raymond Santana, Brother Antron McCray, Brother Yusef Salaam, and Corey Wise. Shout out to you, brothers. I couldn't watch. It was too horrendous for me to watch. I had to watch what I let in. It was making me so angry to see how these young men were railroaded into spending time behind bars, and they were unsmoking gun innocent, purely innocent of the crime of raping this white woman, purely innocent, did not do it. Donald Trump basically said that these young dudes deserved death. And actually wrote in his ad, I want to hate these murderers, and I always will. I am not looking to psychoanalyze or understand them. I am looking to punish them. My man was a sitting president after this. A literal sitting president. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm talking about Central Park 5 there. Young Jedi Bruce. I'm discussing and why any of us have any input without asking for this. Dude was a sitting president. He had all the opportunity to say I was wrong. I didn't have all the facts, apparently. I was left with the same facts as the rest of the public. And A, as your president, I'm going to do everything I can to see to it that we seal up these kind of cracks in the system. Starting with an official pardon of the Central Park 5. He could have done something like that. Something. He didn't. He didn't. He did nothing of the sort. Never backpedaled on it. Never apologized for it. High hurdle questions about it. Oh, there's nothing to hear, Brother Bruce. Go find an apology. Go find an apology from Donald Trump about what he said about those brothers. And they are clearly not guilty. Find it. Find it. Can't believe my weed is missing. I take it downstairs. I didn't take it downstairs. I wouldn't have. That's just amazing. Now, well, I'll get some more tomorrow. I really can't believe that. I mean, it really is fucking with me. I mean, nugs don't just get up and do. They're nugs. Handful of nugs. Go. I can't fathom how every black person that knows him, met with him, converse with him, interviewed him, admire him, criticize him, don't like him. Why is not the Central Park 5, his admitting he was wrong and an official apology to them being sent to them? Why is that not the first thing out your face? How do you high hurdle what he's done at the border? How do you leapfrog over into outrage for his sex scandals? How do you make your way into what he has to say about liberals? How do you tiptoe by or around the Central Park Five? I tell you how you do it. By being of a mindset that you ain't mad about what white folk have done to you. You mad because they don't love you yet. That's most of black people. You ain't mad because white folk don't do you right. You mad because they don't love you yet. That's the only way you can get there. That's the only way. That's all I want from that man. He's a fucking greasy ass, slimy, senior citizen, rich white male. What the fuck do you expect? I don't expect anything from him other than this. Chris Crazy, I don't expect Trump to be some kind of wonderful, warm humanitarian that's going to change his ways. This ain't about none of that. Motherfucker, you was wrong. And called for the death of 5 young black males. You need to holler about that, Cat Daddy. That's where I'm at. All that other shit I expect. This blatant right or wrong thing here, sadly, I've grown to accept and respect I have grown to expect and accept the fact that most black folk don't think like I think. I expect you to let it slide. Because we are that far detached from self-love. We are that far detached from loving each other. And it's a fucking shame that we can't dig one another on a level enough to find outrage with this man in any categories that ain't black. Those are that's where we get our outrage from. All categories that don't have anything specifically to do with you, because you don't love yourself enough yet. Love is our only way out of this shit. Let's see what we got here. Oh, white man just look, bruh. Pappy, let me tell you something. The number the white man is most afraid of is not 666 or 13. It's 2. The white man don't want to be second to nobody and nothing. And he will lie, cheat, steal. We have a World Series here in this nation, and the only people invited are us. They have a World Series without the rest of the world. Arrogance. That's how. You got to be working with a level of arrogance that is heretofore unmatched to do shit on the level that the white man do. What else we got? When trying to take it lightly, G, this is just a distraction from other things happening currently. It's known ahead he won't get any, if little time for this. His privilege has got him in. All facts. All facts. All facts. Find your purpose or you're wasting air. How about it? This country is going to super hell. I must agree. I'm going to be interested to see what this brings. Trump was passing out the bread, though. Sure. And he owns blue socks. I have no idea what that connects to anything. None of these white folks are sorry. Fuck. Oh, God, that's funny. Biden did the same shit. Look at the laws he put in place before being president. Oh, sure, Brother Kells. Thank you for helping me make my point. Is this the end? No. Thank you for helping me make my point, Kells. Joe Biden ain't no better. We're back to the same left and right wings of the same filthy bird. A wonderful one. Thank you for the left wing of the filthy bird. Joe Biden has yet to denounce Strom Thurmond as his mentor, a known wide open racist. Joe Biden has said some of the most racist shit against black people coming up as a politician. And niggas love him. Because most people's energy need this shit. Most people who talk about freedom want nothing of the sort. It's crazy out here, man. Every other headline is about someone getting stabbed. Knives are the new gun, apparently. Yesterday was Get Stabbed Tuesday. No tacos. Yeah. Rest in peace to the creator of, which one was it? Bitcoin, I believe. That they found him stabbed in the throat. That's a bloody way to go. A very bloody way to go. And from what I understand, not painless. Very painful, bloody way to go. Rest peacefully to that good brother. Shame to hear that. Oh, it was that. Thank you, Travis Booker. Cash App dude. So yeah. Let's chop it up on the dollar for a minute. Okay, we can talk about that. We'll get to the dollar. I'm gonna hold the dollar off a little bit. We need to be talking about white Americans hating on the ISU girls basketball team. Yeah. The part I'd like to focus on is why we're still playing in sports and I'd like to talk about why we're even dealing with white folks at all on that level. why there's an NC2A to make a big deal. There's only that because niggas participate. What would they do if we just all said, fine, fuck it then? If we went on the FFD program, fine, fuck it then. If black folks ran on the fine, yeah. What if I ran on the fine, fuck it then platform that says black folks just all together on 3 drop what they doing and only fuck with each other, all of us? Problem is, there's too many Jasper ass shade tree house coons to actually have that take effect. But if everybody black start fucking with each other like Jewish people do tomorrow, you'd be fucked. You'd be utterly fucked. It's not gonna happen. You ain't worry about that. There's too many niggas that's mad because white folks don't love them yet. So you're not gonna, you don't even have to worry about that. How white Americans hate on us is not the focus, Kells. The focus is, why is there an ISU basketball team with any black girls on it at all? So, you're not taking any money from a white producer to star in a movie? No, Kells, I'm not an actor. Not really. But I think the point you're getting at is, do I want to engage in trade with white people at all? Yes, I do. But from over here, not in there. Chinese people trade with white folks, not like us. Japanese people trade with white folks, not like us. Korean people trade with white folks, not like us. Arabs trade with white folks, not like us. Arabs trade with us, not like to do white folks. Koreans trade with us, not like to do white folks. Chinese trade with us, not like they do white folks. Japanese trade with us, not like they do white folks. Jews trade with us, not like they do white folks. See the difference? I'm saying, as a financial collective. Oh, LSU. I'm sorry. Thank you, Kenneth Berry. LSU. There shouldn't be an LSU basketball team with black people on it, or a football team with black people on it. There should be no teams with black people on them that black people don't own. That's what I'm saying. Plain and simple. And in the meantime, there should be no professional sports teams in any major cities where the school system in that city is fucked. That shouldn't exist. But you don't want to smarten up the fields. You see what intelligence is nephew grown man bars. Here's the problem. The fields where they harvest these athletes, intelligence is a weed. Dig that. Intelligence is a weed in the fields where you harvest athletes. Other prosperity is a weed. If you decide you're going to design automobiles, how the fuck can I get you out here running a 40 and 4.5? If you decide to focus on math early, and decide to go into the space program, how the fuck I'm going to get you out here bouncing this basketball? If you have any other thought in your mind, if you think basketball is your ticket out, as opposed to selling basketballs or making a different type of resin for the basketball so it lasts longer or bounces higher or whatever the fuck, that's a weed, those ideas and thoughts. So why would I put any money into my schools? Why would I? I'm harvesting the best of you, to leave the rest of you to fend for yourself with the rest of my wolves. Why would I do that? What sense would that make? That's why it don't happen. And as a people, we don't demand. We the people, not that 10% Reverend Flake been getting. We demand everybody black get back 10% of what you make. Not to their foundations. We're going to get it looked over by our end, by the muscle and militia that we have. And some of them crooked. But it need to be somebody black telling everybody else black that if I find you fucking this money off, depending upon to what level, you're going to lose a finger, an eye, a finger, and an eye, or death. Because this is for our children and our future. This is not for you to embezzle. Now, this is not to say that there won't be some profit laced in this with the black contractors who put this out, with the black computer science people who help to implement our school, and to get our black teachers here to teach our black schools. Sure, there'll be some profit in it. Let me catch you sneaking and skimming, and I'm gonna fuck you up. Any of you. And this is outside of any court of law. This is our shit. This is what we doing. How much money Jamie and Will done fucked off? Look, bro. Look. I know one of them personally. I'm cool with both they work. But you're exactly right. But digging over into a hole of Jamie and Will for who's right or wrong, I don't know. How much of all of them, bro? With just the millionaires we have, how come we don't have one city, one town where we all pour into it heavily? Heavily. We got black professionals. What we want Atlanta to be, it is. We could have been had that. But you got to get out of the don't love me yet energy. Neek is the night says if all the athletes and celebrities that have money like thought like you, we'd be on a sis. And I'm not talking about something incredibly hard here. My man Air Hustler says Ice Cube has the first African-American owned sports league in history. And the ESPNs and NBAs don't like it. Because white people would blow that town up. Well, I can't not make something because I'm afraid. We've had them blow it up before, and I guess it's scared enough of you. It would be wonderful if we could be this splintered and on the same page. But black people are the only people I know of that brag about not being on the same page. That's all that we are not a monolith shit is. It's bragging about not being able to get on the same fucking page in the middle of crisis. That's all I hear when I hear that shit. We are not a monolith. What you're telling me then is that you can't cooperate in a crisis. That's exactly what you mean. That's why we don't have a black hospital. That's why we don't have a black bank of strength. Because it got all niggas' money in it. All of it. We just gonna have to die out. Now, did you move it? It's really kind of simple, people. It's really simple. It's not all, it's not the rocket science that it's pinned up to be. I say this constantly. This table that black people keep demanding a seat at is made up of 30 million kneeling niggas. If we stood, there would be no table. If all the black players stopped playing, there'd be no table. If the black woman went, here's your God back, here's your hair back, give me my man back, there'd be no table. If the black man said, I'm taking my place and I'm taking my family with it, and turning them into a village, there'd be no table. There'd be no table. Real talk. And what's coming now is going to force you together in a way that you're going to wish you had done it the other way. You're going to wish. Yeah, let me make some more predictions that's coming true. What y'all hearing about the dollar? I hear everybody talking about the dollar. I ain't been looking at it. Let's take into account, though, the way time has changed about this issue. Ice Cube did just that. Those opportunities are there and wasn't at one point. It's the utilizing and building that is all. Here's where I'm going to tell you where you're wrong there, young man. Let me tell you where you're wrong. I thought I had him up here. I really would love to co-sign what you're saying. But the truth is, what you're discussing is the... Well, you ever hear yo, Kev, I want to let you in, but I'm going to sit tight. The answer is yes, but I don't know if it's going to be here. It might be on YouTube. We're going to try it here. If it's funky here, go to YouTube. Would love to have you back in, man. We need to reconnect there, Devil Dog. The problem is that whenever you hear the first black anything, that don't mean the first black qualified. It means right there, why'd he stop tripping that much? That's all it means. Which means This opportunity you discuss has been there all along. We just been too scared to take it. In no small part, because the last one of us who had the guts to step up and say something like this y'all saw what happened to him. But it didn't happen to him for why you've been told. Pay close attention to the number of views of the video I'm about to play for you.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
And that was why Dr. King was killed. Go look at the I Have a Dream speech. Oh, millions of views. Millions. The militant MLK speech, where he speaks of coming to get his money, a few, 1,500, 2,000. Because you're not supposed to know that Dr. King said that integration was a mistake. That we had our own shit. That worked. Dr. King wasn't killed for integrating public toilets and lunch counters. He was killed for what was next. I'm finna go get this money. When he said our check, what check you think he was talking about? What way do you think he was discussing? Factor out half. Hey, Lisa, factor out half. Half of us don't die in the Vietnam War. Half of us don't come back and get hooked on heroin. Half of us don't come back and sell the heroin. Half of us don't go on welfare and kick the husbands out. Half of us don't smoke crack. Half of us don't sell it. Half of us don't go to jail for selling crack. Half of us don't die. What if half of us didn't die in drive-bys and half of us didn't shoot? where would we be? Where would we be? It's just half of us thought different. And half of what happened to us didn't happen. I'm not the first one to do that math. David Duke wasn't the first one to do that math. The White House wasn't the first ones to do that math. The Senate wasn't. J. Edgar Hoover wasn't the first one to do that math. Oh, that math has been done by some people who are so desperate to survive, they trying to make themselves with robots. That's who did that. And as long as you see yourself trying to connect yourself because you don't want to be yourself, you're going to forever find fault with, chase, try to be a different group of people. Forever, until you love yourself enough. Now, IG people, right now, the IG people are outvoted because it says only 4 of y'all, and it's almost 40 in my YouTube feed. Subscribe to Jeff TV on YouTube, you people. And I'm finna cut y'all off and invite y'all to come into the chat room over here. Just come in. Just go there. You'll see it. It's in the chat on YouTube. Giraffe Balls. Look it up. I'll see y'all in a minute. And I'll end that. Yes. Cool. All right. There we go. Bam. Now, doors of the church is open. We ain't churching right now. We're looking for weed that must have fell on the floor. Did I have it in my hand? The NFL would have crumbled decades ago if melanated athletes. But true. Take melanated athletes out of sports. Take them out of sports, period. Bruh, nothing works without you, to include white supremacy. Nothing. White supremacy, sit tight, Kells, does not work if you don't participate. It don't. It doesn't fucking work. It can't get out of first gear without you. What up, Kells?
What's the deal, look?
Hey, nephew, what's happening, man?
I'm just hanging, man.
It's good to get you on the show when I can get you on the show. What's on your mind? You there? Oh shit. Kells done popped out of here. Come back when you get back. Yeah, Pappy. We're everything. We're everything. It's a sad state of affairs when you look at one, the importance that we have that has been put upon being accepted by the status quo. And two, the stark fear of working truly outside of it. To work truly outside of it. As much as I really don't like his programs and movies, I just don't. And I even think he's funny enough. I think he's hilarious in some of that shit. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry got some funny shit to say. Don't respect where he goes. Don't at all. Love his factory, hate his cookies. Multiply that factory just time a factor of 5. 5 more factories like that. Just 5 more. Thank you, Trina. The NFLPA executive director said all the players have to do is save their money and strike. Yeah. But it'll take a little more than that, Brother Barrett. It would also take the discipline of the eligible players to not step up, even if it meant they never ever played again. To not step up, to be selfless enough to see us as a group and not step up. And for them fucking traitors who did, God bless them. We should banish them forever. For the players who needed help that aren't in the league, that were told that if they crossed the picket line, they could play. What if the black billionaires stepped in and said, we'll pay your bills? Just to the end of the strike, we're going to pay your bills. And we're going to George Bailey it. We're going to make it make sense. Don't try to fucking hustle me. No slick shit. The problem is getting all the black minds on the no slick shit page at the same time. Happy Friedman say they got the AI and algorithms on some racism, white supremacy bullshit. We can't catch a break. The problem isn't catching a break, Pappy. The problem is in thinking they might even be throwing them. They ain't throwing breaks, Pappy. We're not gonna catch no breaks. The scariest word in the world is the solution. Love. We got to love our way out of this. We got to love ourselves enough to stop fucking with these people. We're going to have to love ourselves enough to patronize one another and give each other the benefit of the doubt and not talk shit about one another in public. And respect women in public who sometimes don't respect themselves. But we ain't going to always be doing that shit either. Fuck them too. Okay, let me bring my Jedis in here. Fellas, what's on your mind?
Just say no to fat chicks.
Well, okay. Well, there's that. But I found out, young man, and it took me a while there, Bruce. I found out that ass and stomach was not a combo. We're not. If you're patient, you can get ass a la carte. Once you get ass with no stomach, once you get that ass with no stomach burger, you don't go back. I didn't go back. I used to just accept stomach with ass. You don't have to do it. You don't have to.
See, when I was on my one binge about titties, like I've still, a nice pair of titties is still just I haven't gauged it lately because that used to be my shit, just a nice pair of tits, and they would always get into the argument because tits are ass, and I'd be like tits, and they'd be like why, and I'd be like 'cause tits don't fart.
Yeah.
So you ain't never, and then when you argue with somebody, you ain't never wish bad on a girl titties. I don't care how much you hate that bitch. You ain't never.
You know what? I may have to steal that. You've never wished bad on a girl's titties? Yeah, I'm gonna give you some credit for it, but I'm gonna say that. I don't say that. I ain't never, bitch, made your titties tie in a knot, bitch. May you wake up with one titty longer than the other one tomorrow, bitch. May your nipple turn into an eyeball, bitch.
Never happened.
Never wish that.
But I kick you in the ass real fast.
All right,
beat the shit out of you.
I need you all to stall while I find my joke book and write that shit down. I'm fucking with that tomorrow night.
Oh man!
In all seriousness,
yeah, they out here killing shit though. It's out here. It's definitely time to get ready, man.
Okay, and what's going on with the dollar, guys? That I'm missing. What?
It's about to be fucked off. Remember a couple weeks ago, Zero was trying to talk about BRICS. We never really got into it, but he was talking about BRICS and how everybody, all the other powers or resources, all the major ones, is trying to get the fuck away from the dollar. And if our dollar is only gasoline and bullets, and gasoline bullets and bullets that take gas, if we don't have one of our situations is going to be fucked up. So our dollar is, and I keep seeing the thing that keeps going. I don't know what it means, or I don't know what the second part of it is because I just keep seeing clips. But they keep going. All right, your parents went through a depression, which was bad enough, but their dollar was still worth something. We went through a recession, which is bad, but your dollar was still worth something. You've never been through a devaluation of your currency, which is way worse. Now, I'm not familiar. I don't know if Zero or somebody else is in here, but the worst thing I've heard it compared to is Venezuela. They go, Venezuela used to be a better country, and then their money got devalued. And as an American, you can study Venezuela, and you should prepare. So when somebody asks you, what should you do? Prepare like the Venezuelans should have prepared when it happened to them.
The barter system.
Oh, sure, Brother Kells. Without question. And again, I hate to do it. No, I don't hate to do it. Fuck it. I'm an arrogant son of a bitch. I want to pop my collar. I said this. You don't need to look any further. Venezuela is good, but I tell you who is going to go through this with absolutely no fucking sweat on American soil. The Amish. The Amish. Crash the dollar today if you like. What that got to do with the fact that in order to get to town and back, it only takes my horse 7 apples. Not shit. Not a goddamn thing. We are going to get to. You're going to have to grow your own food. And here quick. You're going to have to be able to depend on your neighbors. And here quick. You're going to have to decide who it is that you're going to clan up with and borrow between. And here quick. To be able to trade your abilities. Because that's how generations of people have made their way. Generations, bruh. For centuries.
That's gonna be tough. You know how hard it is to get some sugar out of a black person?
Oh, that's hilarious. Well,
some sugar.
What I really think is going Zero was in here and he slipped out. That's what she said. If we if we are honest about this, we kind of always been prepared for this shit. The only worse we looking at is when it gets worse on the fucking shelf, when you can't go get food, when you can't go get water, when gas goes to $19 a gallon. What do you do?
Shit, I'm gonna be riding a pit bull, nigga. What you mean?
Bruh, look here. I'm already training. I got a pony. I'm training. I'm fuck that. I'm getting ready for this shit. Cause
I stay up in fact, so I'm gonna go get me a bike with them unpoppable tires. Throw them bad boys on there and get the scooting.
Yeah. We definitely are at the state where you need to really start looking at what your plans are to literally survive. Real talk. That whole clan up, that whole 9 motherfuckers I've been talking about, well, it's grading time. Your metal is about to be tested, whether you like it or not. And I don't relish in being right about this shit. Okay, hold on, let me write down. Never wished.
But no, that's some real shit though. Cause when you've been ever since you've been saying that, and people been like, especially for me, because I've attempted to do my homework about that or gather me some.
Yeah.
The people that's been leaving, it don't really cost me as much as they think they do.
Okay.
It's an emotional cost. It's not really like you're going to help anyway. It's just more luggage to fucking carry at the end of the day. Type of people that bring 3 bags with 2 arms though. Like,
right.
The fuck are you doing right now?
Right.
So it's kind of like it's been cool in my life, I guess, because you people are filtering themselves out naturally, really without just naturally. It's been odd, but it's been whatever.
Well, I tell you what is making them bow themselves out is the height of your bar, the height to stay in your presence, the height that bar has reached. It's too high for them to jump anymore. And all you got to do is keep your bar high and be honest about who don't reach it. Just be honest about who don't reach your bar. And you good to go. What's happening, True? We bringing True into the room. What's on your mind? Then after you, I really want to hear from Zero and his input on the dollar. But go ahead, my man. What's going on, True?
What's happening, man?
Yeah. How you been, brother?
Oh, man, I'm making it. Can't complain. Doesn't do any good anyway.
How about that? Your thoughts, man?
On what part? Trump or the titties?
Well, you know what? Titties is never, ever an inappropriate conversation in this room. So, if we want to go, if you have something that erstwhile that you feel would benefit the group about titties, by all means, share.
Nothing I guess nothing major. I mean, I enjoy a good pair of titties like the next man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Oh, okay. Well, then thank you for bringing the show to a screeching halt to just Forrest Gump on the titties. But go ahead.
But like far as the dollar,
yeah, sure.
I mean, if people have been paying attention, this is not news. Most of us already knew that this was coming. We just didn't know what the names were going to be and how they were going to finesse it. But the dollar's been crumbling.
Bruh.
It's worthless in a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's about to be worthless here.
It's just about through falling.
Yeah. It's pretty much, it's getting closer to it being irrelevant. And have you seen that movie End Time?
End Time. End Time with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
bro. Well, sadly, one of the big reasons I like that movie is because I'm a car fanatic and it's full of suicide door Lincolns. Yeah.
So
But
you see how they had the currency inside their body?
Yeah.
When they ran out, they died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not too far away from that for them trying to do that. Yeah,
right.
I saw something this morning where a guy, because you seen, I'm sure you see Terminator 2.
Yeah.
T-1000.
Yeah.
Somebody over there in China, they figured out how to create that shit.
What do you mean?
Creating a liquid metal that can take different shapes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I'm like,
bruh, I always say this, that the truth comes in movies through what the writers believe is inspiration.
Yep. And a lot of people think it's just entertainment. Well, hell, a lot of stuff that's going on now has been in our faces for decades.
How about it?
But people just don't pay attention.
Peace, brothers.
Go ahead.
Peace, brother. Yo, let me tell you what they doing, right? So you are you guys familiar with quantitative easing? So whenever like the central bank usually prints more dollars when the economy is in a rut or some kind of deficit.
Right.
So they're not doing that this time around. They're doing some sneaky shit though. Now what they're doing is there's this thing called the USDC or the US dollar coin. It's a digital currency or a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they got this program called Fed Now, or where they're starting to, cause with crypto, you really don't have to print the coin. All you got to do is just offer it up, and the people will mint it or trade in their dollars and mint it or whatever you want to say. So the USDC is kind of taking the place of like the dollars that they used to print. So check the flow with the USDC though. The money has an expiration date on it. So if you have a USDC account, they're trying to set it up where if you don't spend it in such amount of time, you'll just lose it.
Yeah.
So it's like no more. So the other thing that they're doing is they're monitoring the side hustles. And I know, man, I've been preparing for this moment for like 20 years, bro. This shit is like even longer. This shit is wild how they doing this shit, man. And it started with this thing they call Codex Alimentarius, so where they started fucking with the food and producing these things called Terminator seeds. When I saw that, I was like, yo, I gotta make my move out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to fight it inside because the law of warfare is the key of warfare. If you notice, in the military, all quartermasters have key symbols in their military motto crest, logo crest. The key to all warfare is logistics. It's food, clothing, shelter, and the distribution lines on how you get it from point A to point B.
Right. Beans, blankets, and bullets.
All of that. So it's like once they started fucking around with that, there is no way you can win from within. You understand? You got to get out to where you can control, grow, plant a seed in the ground that's not to be terminated after each generation and support yourself. 20 years ago, the major investment was the biggest investment I made was planting hundreds of coconut trees, hundreds of avocado trees, hundreds of mango trees, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we get caught up in this like ridiculousness right now on ambition and wealth, and the colonizer tells us what wealth is based on his program. But when his program falls, that's no longer wealth. That's what you're experiencing now. So the little minute shit that you putting together, like when Noah was building the ark accordingly to the story, we know it was differences, but I'm just saying in the allegory, the little things that people will laugh at you about, or putting your hands in the dirt and they telling you crazy for living out in the wilderness or the forest, those are the investments that you had to do to get to the point of where you can maintain this and survive it out without becoming a savage. Now it's getting to the point where if you in it, the only thing you can do is be a savage. You got to be more savage than the savages and try to figure out a way on how to design and create there's 4 things. It's called the bioculture 4. There is commune, is cultivate, conserve, and construct. Those are the most 4 important things to invest in right now: community, cultivation, conservation, and construction. And all of this is surrounding how you use your energy, how you put it into growing your food, the systems you set up for yourselves and your community, man. This shit about to get very rough, yo. When I say rough, it's going to be unrecoverable for a good 60, 70% of the population, because it was designed to be that. It was designed to kill off that much. You understand? You know, the globalists believe that it's only supposed to be 500,000
people on Earth.
People on Earth. That's Earth, not
in one area,
not United States. You understand? So like this is what's going on. Everything that you've been experiencing, from the immigration, from them sending people up, allowing them to cross your borders and get in and access certain levels of citizenship, to them hiring them on the police force. You hiring un-American people with un-American mentalities on the police force, yo. Y'all got people that don't speak clear English on your police force. That come from
and being guided by the white supremacists who were there before them.
And they come from communist nations where they don't value human rights. If you look at them, especially in California, the majority of them are Chinese and Spanish people from countries that aren't democracies, that are more socialist in their structure. So it's like, man, it's deep, man. It's been like it's like everybody panicking now, but it's been what the brothers in the bow ties been out in the streets telling you. The brothers who was, walking around dropping knowledge 20, 30 years ago, selling books about the beast and the system and behold a pale horse. Man, all of this stuff, man, they've been priming you for exactly what they're going to do. And if you really want to get deep, it goes back to the 20s, or when people was telling you to read the protocols of the learned elders of Z. I'm gonna just say Z so it doesn't get you, get you in trouble. People with some sense can go look up what the Z means. This shit is deep, man. It's so deep, and it's when they fucking with your food, clothing, and shelter. The 5%ers tell you they got this thing called the 12 jewels. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know what I'm saying? Freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, and shelter, love, peace, and happiness. You understand? It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that you need to be out here and surviving in any kind of format, community, familial, because that's a micro unit of a community, and even for your individual sanity and discipline. So it's wild. The wildest thing to me is just seeing people trip off of it, and my heart goes out to the youth, because it was on us to prepare them for this shit. But you know what I'm saying, and we're ill prepared.
Yeah,
we're ill prepared, and we're going to eat each other. And we worrying about silly stuff, silly, like not even really controversial stuff just to get a rise, an emotional rise, instead of kind of battening ourselves down and stoically putting together strategies to position ourselves to be able to weather this thing out, man. This is it. This is who's gonna survive. This is evolution controlled by the community.
We are going over the waterfall now.
Oh yeah. Yep. Like that.
They've been telling you waterfall. They've been telling you to get your boat ready. They've been telling you to get out the water. They've been telling you to get a helicopter. They've been telling you, and now.
And a lot of it is hubris, because it looked funny. It looked funny to put some gardener's clothes on and plant some seeds to people that were so urbanly inclined.
Right.
And think about this though. Think about this, man. This is some deep ass shit, man. All of it was virtual reality from the start, because the people that had the most science, that had the most power in the country, the power seat, the black power seat of the United States, were the agricultural zones, or where black people had their hands in the dirt and had a direct connection to the sciences, agricultural technologies, and what they call it, manufacturing technology. You understand? And they bamboozle people to think that going into a city, living in a controlled zone, and thinking you smarter than everybody else was the answer. Now you're gonna pay for it. Culture is direct connection to the land. You can't have a culture is delusional if there is no land base and language bases that come out of your interaction with that land. And that's real. That's why we don't have all the questions we ask go to the fact that we disconnected from the land. If we didn't, we would have had languages to speak where we could talk to each other, where they wouldn't know what the hell we was doing and planning. If we didn't disconnect from, the stewardship of that land, we would still have that land to fall back to in times of stress and worry. You know what I'm saying? I said something and people didn't understand me because we was just in a limited talk last time. I said Texas, the black folks in Texas is some of the baddest motherfuckers in the union. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the black folks in Texas is clans. It's huge black familial clans right now that get together every year, that have family reunions, hundreds deep. I've been there, experienced, interacted with these people. You get what I'm saying? They master hunters. You understand? They got shit back in the bush where you don't even know what it is. They hiding it and knew it was gold and knew the art and science of hiding it so that they could fall back on it. You understand what I'm saying? And not only them, the brothers and sisters all through Alabama, through Georgia, through South Carolina, the ones that can get on a horse and ride a horse when times is rough.
Right.
But we say that we weak. Nah, we just dumb. We listen to the white man and look and because they look funny riding horses when gas power cars was the shit and was feasible, we laughed at them. We said they was country. We said they was bunkins. You understand? Nah, they some of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of misunderstanding. We talking about Trump. These same motherfuckers I'm talking to you about in Texas, they formulated the the Republican Party in Texas. It was formulated by black people.
Right.
And all of the shit that we fighting against now is liberal lunacy, and we complaining, and it's like, remember, liberals, the only reason why you love the liberal white man is because he gave you something for what you thought was nothing, but now you're gonna pay for it.
Right.
Y'all remember the Fifth Element? That movie?
The who?
The Fifth Element. Bruce
Willis.
Willis.
Yeah. Bruce Willis.
Okay. All right. So remember when he's getting chased by the police in the car, and then he has to go under the clouds, and you find out all the cities were up in the sky, and he has to go and hide.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where all the people that seem like they didn't go with whatever the program was living down there. It's kind of like worrying about that more than anything else, because it sounds like what's about to happen is it's a system that's about to be created that you have to make a new agreement to be a part of.
Oh yeah.
If you don't agree, you are now ostracized. And what are you going to do when you're ostracized is the question that I guess most people are asking.
My brother. You think you're going to be able to access digital currency the way you used to access dollars if you don't co-sign LGBTQ?
Right.
See that, and that's the funniest thing about it is it's all a money scheme, because the only reason why they're giving them power is because they the $6 million man, woman, him, whatever you want to call them, over their lifetime to maintain their changes. It takes on average $6 million of investment into big pharma per person.
Wow.
So that's their value. That's why they're holding them until you see. Now there's a value we can tap into, but it's stuff that we should have been doing, and you still can do if you work together and do it quickly and move swiftly. And the value is that in all of this nonsensical virtual reality based people don't know how to cultivate their sustenance. They don't know how to. That's why they're trying to pass off all these non-foods and design all these non-foods and talk shit about. They trying to like make it where they use bug protein in a lot of the new meats and burgers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that. Like that inability is their weakness. The inability to be able to, that's why they're trying to cut the population down, because they can't supply it. Like you seeing some real shit going on. You seeing the Most High smack the fuck out of a devil. You know what I'm saying? Like they set up a system and said that it's gonna play this way, and you believed it. And now they're showing and proving you that it's not sustainable, and they're about to get the shit smacked out of them. But the thing is, they're in a power position on where all they're gonna do is put the brunt of that smack on you, and just be going crazy because they getting their ass whipped and just going crazy on the populations and shit, because that's the only thing they can do to relieve their stress and shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's a
passing of the buck. It's definitely ugly, but that's them not being and never have been one with nature. So that's part of their problem, is not just accepting their place. But
so you should never argue with. You shouldn't even argue with motherfuckers that ain't trying to equalize with nature and get in order with nature. All these crazy chicks that's talking this yin yang, yeah. I don't need this and I don't need that. I want to see. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting
Well,
5, 10, 15 years.
Well, they're gonna be okay because they go. See, here's the thing. Well, they're gonna be their version of okay. You know what I mean? Like it's not meant to. It's not really okay. Like all of the same people know that, but they're not gonna know that because their okay is gonna be a version of cameras that be in their house watching them, monitoring everything they do. They gotta get permission to do everything, but they'll have their little apartment that's subsidized by the government. They won't have a real opinion.
Check it. This is where we get it twisted, right? We think that non-sustainable stuff will be sustainable. That shit is dying, dude. I read OnlyFans white paper. That shit is dying. You know why it's dying? You know what's about to kill OnlyFans?
Back up a minute. OnlyFans white paper? What's that?
So every business has structure. Every business has information about that business, what makes it run, how they generate revenue, their analytics. So yearly, quarterly, whatever the business chooses to do, they put out something called a white paper that gives you full, transparent information about that business. It's for investors, so that investors can make smart moves on how they're gonna invest into the business or how they're gonna pull their investments away from the business. That stuff about women selling their ass on cameras and shit, that's a limited thing. See, the devil works like this, dude. They give you temporary shit that is unsustainable and you believe it's going to be there forever, and then what you do is you
make forever plans on it.
You make forever plans on it and shit on reality for some shit that can't be sustained. That shit won't be sustained.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
AI is going to kill pornography, because now a man can tailor a woman that look almost as, like, if not as real as a OnlyFans woman,
closer
to his needs. You understand?
Well,
he can program her. He can born her.
So I'm agreeing with you. You're not even disagreeing with what I was saying. I think you just thought I was going to another way.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I was just saying that they're not gonna have. The they're not gonna have that shit to fall back on. That's their wrong. That's their miscalculation.
But I'm saying the government has to be able to take care of those who agree with the system, even if it's only for the next 20 years. There has to be a worm on the hook for you to even agree. And those who enjoy comfort will do such a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not, if I say if I go, look, I got 30 acres over here and we're going to figure it out. If I pitch that to 1,000 women, maybe 10 will go, and the 10 that might go, it's too hot, it's too hard, I don't know, you know what I mean? So they're the people that are going to default and go with the comfort, they have to be offering them something, even if it's a shitty apartment like on the Fifth Element. That apartment that he was in was shitty, but the people that you see, you only see a glimpse of them too. The people that was living under the ground are back on the ground anyway.
I would venture to say that those are no longer people; those are fucking dogs. See, that's where we got to understand and ask ourselves: is when do we default on our humanity? And the default comes when you default on your sovereignty or your ability to cultivate those 4 things I was talking about earlier. When you lose connection to be able to put those into function, you no longer a human. And that's what we got to start realizing. You know, our heart bleeds and goes out to stuff because we have blood ties and blood links to chimeras. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are, even Black people around the world, we've been bred, like he said, we've been bred like puppies. We are no longer designed. It's an oddity for us to be designed as sovereign humans. in multiple cultures around the world. So now this is the decisions that we got to make. Like, what is human and what is not? You don't get into a warfare and debate arguing about it. You put your hands in the dirt and do human things, and whoever collects with you and does those human things will prove to be a human. Where we fuck up is we spend a lot of time debating and arguing about shit that we should be action, that we should be doing, that we should be taking direct action upon. You know what I'm saying? Like, even simple action, just the simplest thing you can do. If you live in an apartment and want to start farming, you get you some bucket and some dirt and grow a pepper tree, grow as many things as you can grow in your limited space and then that will give you the courage to venture out and grow and develop into doing things on other levels.
And it's the new currency.
And it's the new currency. And I'm only telling you what I did, because I didn't know none of this shit I know now standing here until I ventured forward into realms and was like, yo, I accepted being laughed at, accepted being ridiculed, accepted being told I didn't have ambition and I was a dummy and this and that and I was the fool. You have to get beyond all of that to be able to get to the point of where you can start developing yourself out in the format that you need to be developed in. You got to be a pioneer and shit. You understand?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely one of them people. I don't agree with the system how it is now. Like, if I would have, if I didn't grow up knowing what the word sovereignty mean and how we gave it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know none of that. You know what I'm saying? That was something I was born into. If you born into the matrix and you start to get unplugged, but you ain't even seen Zion yet, it's kind of like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I ain't doing this shit. And what I can see so far from what I do know is that the only gap you're going to have is the agreement to have to step into the next level of the bullshit that they're going to have. Without that agreement, you can't even, they're not even going to let you access it. So the people, the men or the conscious people that don't want to agree to the next phase of the camera in your toilet is y'all going to have, or we going to have, you better have some backbone and some exploring that you got some exploring to do, because like you said, you got to get you some land and some food and some blankets and then some bullets. Like you will have to, that makes
you
more
ever see that movie? You ever see that movie Heat, where like they say?
No, I have not yet.
Man.
Look, check it. Check it. It's a phrase. It's the top phrase in the whole thing. And an elder said it to me this way before the movie came out. That's why it resonated with me. He said, anything that you cannot walk away from, you become a slave to.
Yeah.
Anything you can't
that's
just
the discipline. That's where the word comes from in the title, is anything you can't leave in 30 seconds when you see the heat coming from around the corner has you tied down as a slave, and you can't gonna be able to do this shit I do.
So that's it. You know, like this is what, you know, it's like it all comes down to that, and designing yourself to be no matter. Because, you know, when I stepped out, I didn't know what the fuck. When I put my backpack on and went to explore, I didn't know what to expect. I found myself in weird situations, harrowing situations. I was tested. I got a reputation going through my tests and was able to build on that reputation. I'm a lover of my favorite movies coming up as a child have been samurai movies and cowboy movies, because to me, it always seemed like how the world really is. You understand? Right. And just pattern myself on those and learning from those in areas where I didn't have a mentor to teach me better has proven to put me ahead in my tests of you know what I'm saying, in my adventures and my tests. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at those things on how the world really was. I love those movies. I love what's that movie, Cold Mountain, because that takes all the glitter off of the Wild West and the Southern shit that was going on. I loved Django, even though it was a funny ass twist and a little bit of unrealistic shit going on. It's real. You know what I'm saying? It's how the world really is when human beings become commodified. It's not about being a black slave and a white slave. It's now being a walking commodity that doesn't understand their own value. And that's all sovereignty is. You understand your own value and you realize, shit, at least if I can get the fuck in the woods and dig a hole in the ground, I'm in a better position and I'm more valuable and I'll have more esteem than sucking some old you know what I'm saying, euros ding dong. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. You know, that's what it's all about. A lot of times we don't see like the reality of how we live in, how it's just the exact same thing as getting on your knees and being buck broken. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot, you know, we was born into systems and was told a lot of lies and fallacies, and that if we gave ourselves to that system in certain capacity, it was gonna, you know, pay, and it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like the if you go work a job and that shit ain't paying you for 3 weeks, you gonna be like, what the fuck? And leave unless there's a special agreement that going this long will get you a bigger investment on this end. You're gonna look at that shit and leave. And that's all sovereignty is, just understanding your value, understanding your worth, understanding that, you know, what everybody's chasing money, but it's the energy behind the money that makes it valuable, and then trying to figure out how and controlling how you gonna put your energy out there in command for a sufficient wage or trade or whatever it is that you got to offer. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it's economics, it's mathematics, it's science, it's things that we run away from or that we think is boring and that we laugh at. You know what I'm saying? All of those is what we need in this day and time.
Well, in closing, before I kick you motherfuckers out of here, what do you think? And I pose this question to the floor. How much time do you think the dollar has?
Oh.
And what do you think should be your immediate preparation? Yeah, go. Just go.
When I worked for the U.S. government, and I'm sure this probably came across your pay grade and table, we used to have this saying called the 6 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Now, whenever you get the announcement as a civilian or a citizen, it's usually 6 degrees deeper, and it's already in play and damn near irreversible.
Yeah, by the time you get it. Yeah.
By the time you get it, the dollar is done. It's been done. You know, when we first started seeing, when that first time in was it 2008, I believe, or when we was having like long lines going to the gas tanks and shit like that.
Yeah.
Our whole reality shifted when gas went from, I was crushing and hustling like a mug when gas was like 98 cents a gallon, 89 cents a gallon, and all of a sudden it shoots up to 3, 4, and 5, you know what I'm saying, dollars a gallon, then goes down and makes you feel comfortable with the new reality.
Right.
You know, it's been done. Those fluctuations show you that the dollar has no value. When Obama was in office, the dollar was done. All they did was print imaginary money and made you feel that you had wealth that you didn't have. Now you're going to pay for it. You get what I'm saying? So it's been done. It's like there's no, what BRICS is doing now is this. It's not reversible because it's their money. And that's what we're not understanding. That's what I was telling you about that Navy guy who was talking all that bullshit about what we can do. we can't control what these other countries choose to do and how they choose to band together. We might be able to assassinate. We don't have bullets to assassinate. We don't have money.
Something I've said for a while now is that all America makes is bombs and the threats to drop them. And
you know, and that's real. The paper tiger. China is outbidding Mercs. You know what a Merc is? So they'll put somebody's head on the table, and the bag is on the table. And these countries, not just China, but other countries, they put in a bigger bag for them not to be touched. The U.S., the value of the U.S. dollar has been done. They can't even assassinate the people they want to assassinate.
Yeah, what you gonna pay them in?
You know what I'm saying?
Didn't the Pentagon just declare war on I want to say on China, but it was one of them Asian countries. They just declared war on. That was like 2 days ago. I seen that.
Think about the reality of what that means. That means nothing. When every chip in every battle vehicle, every new weapon is controlled by China, who basically is controlling, and Thailand, who, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this is what we not understanding. Like they talk a lot of shit, a lot of boisterous ass, ridiculous shit. But who controls the technology?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What they gonna do? I guess to answer the question would be, however long it takes them to divide to get the scheme across to the people to make them accept this new deal that they're trying to make everybody accept.
Nah, that's not gonna work, because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Down here, right, we got vehicles that you can't have in the state because they don't want the competition. Nobody wants Ford. Nobody want that bullshit down here in these rough countries and shit like that.
Right. They can't afford to break down.
They buying Chinese shit. They buying Toyota Hiluxes and shit that can tread through deep waters and stuff like that. They don't want that American shit. The value of American shit has been nothing for the longest. I remember here the biggest thing you could get was some American shit. Now luxury is Chinese here now. You understand? We driving around in full China. Like one of the big car makers here in Belize, car dealerships, is called Great Wall, and they crushing everybody. And been crushing it for a minute.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, you know how there has to be something like so the Patriot Act, right? I believe that was a full document before 9/11, and they just needed something to happen to make everybody be like, all right, well, fuck it.
Hell, they didn't create
what I'm trying to say is
if you're saying the money is already over, I'm saying, all right, that's cool. I'll take that because I'm with you
what
on
I'm
that.
saying is they did that with Obama. This is why it's late. That happened with Obama. That already happened.
Right. No, I'm saying so. The timetable I would put on it is whatever the scheme is that they're going to lay down. That's going to make most people, make the people go, all right, well, fuck it. I'll get whatever with the new program is. I'll do that too.
Oh yeah,
I bet if you got $100,000 in the bank and want to go get it, I bet if you got 20 in your bank right now and go to withdraw, I bet you can't get it same day.
Damn sure can.
Nah, that's been like that though. Like you said, that's been like that at least since Obama. So that's
right. But you know why? You know why that is? It's because the value of the dollar is not there. The dollar is.
But that wasn't the question.
Well, they take that money from their insurance reserves anyway.
He said, "How much time do you think they got before you think they flip it?"
In days, in weeks, in months.
Zero.
Well, we're already behind anyway because anything we're just
That's what I'm saying. We're already in a deficit. That's why it's called a recession.
No,
I understand that, but the cash, I can still take cash and go buy certain things. Now I can't go pay your mortgage
Right,
with it.
but
You can't go
think
pay
about
nothing
it.
big
Think
with it.
about it. Though. Think about it.
Hold on, Zero. Hold on. Let him make his point.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If I'm hoping I'm not misinterpreting the question, but the question was until it's over for the dollar. And I'm saying is, well, the timetable, like they have to have another event, and whatever the next event is when they're gonna shut it down. But they always have to have an event in order for the people to get scared enough to make the agreement to the next thing, because not enough people naturally agree. There's still enough men on this side of the rock that go, nah, I'm not doing that. Y'all, so you want to monitor everything I do, everything. Now, most of the time, we already know they monitoring everything, but now you want to put a camera inside my toilet? No, I'm not having that. But if something happens, whatever the next fake thing is that they drum up, is the amount of time we got before they, all right, do it or don't do it, or you're not gonna be doing this.
All right, so let me try to clarify what I'm trying to relay to you. What is a dollar, right? At the point where a dollar is one paper dollar is inflated and it really equals $10, the dollar is over.
Okay,
the dollar's been over.
All right, and on that, if that's your definition, and I get what you're saying, and you are, I
definitely understand what you're saying. Yes,
when the dollar, that's something I heard about, the concept of your house being worth more money. Unless you put a rocket launcher on the side of it and a helipad on the top, it isn't. It just takes more dollars to buy it because the dollar has weakened. I understand what you're talking about, where it takes $10. How long is it going to be before it costs me $10 to buy a Snicker, in your estimation?
Well, if you think about it, if you really sit back and think about it, that's like pretty much around the corner.
Yeah, it depends on where you go.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm saying this as a person who's hopped around and seen. I've seen people in Zimbabwe with wheelbarrows, like millions of dollars in wheelbarrows to get a loaf of bread. I'm telling you that if you look at your Baltic Dry Index, if you look at your supply chain, you are not far from that. If you talk to the truckers and ask them what's going on and what the supply chains look like, that is right there. You're getting right now, you're buying surpluses of things that's been in storage. You buying a Snicker bar that's probably maybe outdated by 2 years right now, 3 years, as opposed to getting one fresh off of the roller belt. When those supplies is done, that's when you already you hurting, but you're not trying to admit it because everybody living with the Joneses and they trying to act like they not hurt. You understand what I'm saying? You already hurting, but when you really feel it and when you're gonna be really sad faced, you know what I'm saying? You've seen it a couple times already when you walked into them places and seen empty shelves. You understand? All they're doing is not like secondary stuff they would send down here to developing nations. All they're doing is warehousing, and they're feeding you the bullshit. Taste your food, like really vibe and vibe on your food at the quality of the food you eating and the air in the bags, and like focus on what's going on around you to see the tricks that they're using to make you believe that there is still strength in that dollar.
I got one for you. I got one for you.
I'm gonna say 2 to 5, Jeff. My answer is gonna be 2 to 5.
Okay, 2 to 5 what months?
I say 6 months.
2 to 5 years.
I say 6 months. You're gonna be in the streets.
I say I don't think it's 2 to 5 years, young man. I'll tell you what, because here's your problem. Here's why. Because the average man mind is still programmed on holidays.
Yep.
that he's not going to be able to deliver on as an average man. He not going to be able, you ain't going to be able to go 2 to 5 more Christmases like this, 2 to 5 more Mother's Days, 2 to 5 more birthday celebrations, 2 to 5 more New Year's, that I can't do what I'm supposed to do on these holidays. I was supposed to go to this place, work my ass off for 30 years, get a watch and die. And when I used to do that, man, did we have great Christmases and great New Year's and great Mother's Days and great birthdays. We don't have that anymore. I don't think the public can withstand not the nuts and bolts of the equipment. I'm not talking about the cage. I'm talking about the monkeys. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, they're gonna lose their shit.
Okay, now this is why I say 2 to 5.
Okay.
Because if FedNow is if and I ain't gonna say they putting all their money on it. The event has to happen, and FedNow launches. If FedNow launches in July, that's gonna be soft when it launches. It's not a mandatory thing that you automatically take the coin. So when they do that, however many people go sign up voluntarily is who they're gonna sign up. The infrastructure for you to take the money has to be set up too. Then the event has to happen for it to be mandatory. Then they have to go through the process of the hardheads and the population being like, all right, well, fuck it.
Yeah,
so hopefully it takes about 2 years.
Yeah, because there's always going to be people that they'll give up right away just because they want to go along to get along.
That's not a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to be enough to have FedNow be nationwide immediately. Maybe like New York could do it real fast, and real liberal places to do it real fast. Mm-hmm. New York and Frisco or something like that. They'll take it immediately, and you won't be able to use your cash maybe in 80% of those places or something like that. Mm-hmm. But in order for it to spread the way they're going to want it to get rid of all your money, because nothing stops them. The same thing that allows them to make a FedNow coin doesn't stop you from having your own currency either if we're going to do it that way. They have to stop that too. We could have our own currency for Jeff Brown's whatever dojo, and that could be our own currency. We could do that just as simple as they doing this FedNow coin, but they have to get a system in place to stop that from meaning anything.
That's why they try to centralize everything. That's why they had a big issue with the decentralized crypto in the first place, because people would create their own shit.
Right.
Because they didn't want to depend on the dollar no more. They didn't want to depend on this system. But government jumped in, wanted to create their own shit so they could control everybody. It's just another way to fuck with people. Just like with the whole jab shit. That was just another way to fuck with people. Forcing people to take that shit, or you'll lose your job, or you'll lose your benefits here, all that bullshit. And they lied about all that shit. They lied about the effects of it, tried to hide it. And now when they've done what they've done and made the money they've made off of it, a lot of them just, now they decide to come out and tell the truth about it. They're like, oh yeah, it was causing respiratory issues, causing people for their hearts to explode and all that shit. They knew this shit was fucked up. But people jumped on it just because they wanted to go along to get along.
Well, this is how you know whose minds are what.
Yeah.
I always knew that. I always knew that there would come a time when the line would be drawn between family, friends. I can almost, to a person, by their energy, tell you who took the jab. The people who I know. I can walk up on them and go, yeah, that brain right there. Yeah, you made sense out of this, out of taking that jab, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Now, can you find one that will stand behind it 100%? Mm-hmm. You can't find nobody that stands behind that jab 100%. Nobody. Because you look like a fool. The people who told you about it then already said whoops.
Yep. Most of them, but hell, there's still a bunch of people that still line up to get the boosters. and brag about it.
Right. Well, I'm a say this, and then well, and yeah, and those are the people who do not want to talk to you about the facts.
Right. Hell, we've all probably got somebody in our family that did that shit. And when you bring up the information and show them what it is, they try to dismiss it.
Well, that's my point. My point of it is those people are in the minority. Yeah, they was plastered all over the TV, and they had to change. Think about everything they had to change just to make you think it was the majority of people that was going along with the program.
Right.
When it never was. It was never the majority, even of Americans, and I believe 3/4 of these motherfuckers is retarded. But they still went, nah, this shit ain't cool. We don't fuck with y'all like that. And so they had to manipulate the social media, the internet, and the TV, and the radio, and any other thing they could get to get you to do something that your conscience told you, nah. Every ancestor that's around you is like, nah, that ain't cool. I don't know what it is, but it ain't for me. And they pushed and they failed, but that doesn't mean they're gonna stop trying to push whatever the situation is. That just means they're gonna come back with another attack. But when they do that, it has to be something that makes you go, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Without the all right, the natural indication is it's from y'all fucking. We not fucking with it. We see, because like Unc said, we see how bad it is. If you got any sense and you ain't on welfare, you see it. You understand. Anybody that ain't living on the government assistance that's trying to really make their own way out here is like, nah, this ain't cool.
Right.
Whether you understand it or not, you know you up under something that ain't quite right. It ain't what they telling you it is. If you don't know nothing else, it ain't what they telling you it is. For sure, it ain't that. I don't know how many videos I done seen of Dollar Tree, people being mad at Dollar Tree for not being a dollar no damn mo.
Right.
And they can't explain to you the Fed system or the banking system or the petrodollar or the war machine. They just know this shit ain't a dollar. I'm pissed. That person is the same person that's going to be looking at shit like, all right, look, I understand that y'all saying it's going to be easier if I put this barcode on my arm, but I also feel like you can turn this motherfucker off too when I tell you I don't play that shit.
Yep. Just like when they're trying to chip people. They can cut you off just like that.
But they've been doing that for 20 years. They've been chipping. You can find videos in the early 2000s of families with RFID chips. First family to try it, and it's so convenient and it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon doing it now, but that was 20 years ago. They were doing that, and people are still going, nah, I'm cool. Y'all can keep that.
Yeah, because they was doing it in the private sector decades before that.
You know what? You know in conservation, what chips are for?
I have no idea.
It's to track populations, and if they get too big, you know, you go out and do apex hunting sprees to go kill them down. Or if they get too small, you know, you do conservation services and put things into play where you helping their populations grow. You know what I'm saying? Like we've always been under a major misconception about what that chip is for and what it means. I'm not saying it to argue with you. I'm just telling you the facts that a lot of people have been misconceived because they haven't seen those chips in action and what they're really about. It's all about tracking, you know what I'm saying, and cutting people's access off or cutting them off. But if you know that, it kind of puts you into the mindset of understanding what they're gonna do with that. The jab itself, man, that's a whole nother thing, man. But
right.
You know, a lot of us know that the jab itself was like one of the initial markers. If you understand everything that's in the jab and how they can track people that got the jab, it'll blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? The Fed Now program is only Like, don't get dependent on their timetables. Their timetables are tomfoolery to make you feel like you got time to do this or you got time to do that.
Right.
The Art of War, Sun Tzu controls education, and it puts out false intelligence to make you believe that's the way that they're going to be doing shit when it's already done. You know, that's all I'm saying. You know, it's done, man. It's really done. Like, it's nothing you can do but get out there and fight for your life right now to change it, or exodus. This shit is done. You know what I'm saying? Because logistics is done. There's no way that if you it's done, and it's been done for some time. The reason why the BRICS nations are racing to de-dollarize or to devalue the dollar is because it's fucking up their countries. So as soon as they get it all together and snatch the rug from underneath the United States, that's it.
Yep.
It's gonna be pandemonium. The only beneficence that you got right now is that they're putting together plans that's gonna be in full effect around August of this year.
I mean,
China got all the U.S. gold reserves, so it's nothing. You know, like the gold that you buying from these gold companies and shit like that is like the leftovers, and a lot of times they dumbass people not even getting the gold in their hand, they getting certificates.
Right. You just got a receipt where you left your money at.
Yep.
That's how you know this shit is common bullshit. It's called a shell game. Y'all have to learn on what a con man is and learn the con. You know what I'm saying? You don't live off the con. You understand the con and move accordingly so the con doesn't get you and shit. All of the shit that they're putting out is total bullshit to make you feel comfortable, because they don't want you out in the streets fucking their shit up and fucking their money up.
As I've said before, the concept America has been dead. It's just falling slow. And they are basically
you just dealing with the goats.
Yes, you know, they are propping up. They are propping up this concept of society, this concept of currency, until they can get everything in place for when you hit the street.
Yeah. Yep.
They're just trying to get everything together, and once they go, are we ready for this shit? Are we ready for these cattle that's gonna stampede? Let the gate loose, and that's when the dollar is gonna die. And coincidentally, may or may not be around the same time that reparations is okayed.
That's the joke. That's the biggest. That's gonna be the biggest joke right there. That's why the shit is this wild to watch.
That's what I don't understand. And when I
only a comedian's mind would understand what the fuck they doing right now.
That's hilarious.
This is okay. I want y'all to hear me now at this time at 2:54 p.m. 2:54 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on this day. The dollar is going to crash right before, during, or right after reparations is given. I have said that before. I've said it for years, but I'm saying it officially now. Watch. Oh, you're going to get reparations just in time when I give it to you in to not be shit.
That's what you snippet and put on TikTok or whatever the hell. You put that right there, dollar gonna crash right when y'all get reparations. Good luck with that. That's your snippet for the show. Your 5 seconds right there.
Really? Okay.
You gotta get a Sambo with no bread on the shelves and some dollars and there's some worthless dollars in the pan.
That's gonna be the argument. That's going to be the argument. You know how mad? Because I watched Tim Pool. White people were so mad that in Frisco, that them people was offering that money, even though nobody get it. They were offering that money. Now, when they did the math, it made sense that was too much money for one, even for San Francisco to be trying to deal out. it made sense, just mathematically. But the fact that it enraged people that so-called weren't racist, I was like, them niggas ain't gonna get that money. Like, logically speaking, mathematically, they're not gonna get that money. But y'all don't, you know, it is what it is. But that snippet is gonna have so many hits and so many conversations. That comment section is gonna be so lit.
That offer is the Harvey Milk deal. Look up who Harvey Milk is, and it's been that from day one. It was always bullshit, and it's always based on the deal that they struck and put together when Harvey Milk was assassinated and shit. Do some research on that. You know
Harvey
what I'm saying?
Yes,
Harvey Milk. It'll blow your mind because you'll see why everything that's in play with the LGBTQ and all of that is moving the way that it's moving, and how they needed black blood to power that movement. You know what I'm saying? Like they're feeding off the corpses of black dead bodies. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep.
Well, with that, gentlemen, it serves itself the perfect time to kick you Jedis the fuck out of the dojo. And wow, what a show. What a show. What a goddamn show. I don't want to sound like a prophet, people. But really, go back. Listen to old Jeff Brown, Zoe Williams, T Radio V, what's the other one we did? Well, Dash Radio. Shout out to Dash Radio. Go back. Go back. You will hear us saying the exact same things that you hear me saying now. There's no coincidence you are who you are, when you are, how you are. Right here and right now. Don't let this shit sneak up on you, people. Watch closely. Start farming. Start stacking. Stay high in thought. Stay high in deed. Guide your ignorance to your wisdom. Pull out of the gravity of the stupid. Sisters, find your peace. Brothers, find your majesty. It's your Uncle Jeff. I'm out.